You know exactly what you mean. But the translation just breaks. Yeah. You got this complex vision, messy, brilliant, personal. So you type it out in paragraphs. You pour your soul into the prompt box, and the AI replies with a generic bulleted list. Exactly. Like you gave it a rich novel and got back a corporate pamphlet. This is the bottleneck of our time. Powerful intelligence, limited by how we speak to it. Human language is lossy, full of filler, assumptions, noise. So the moment you hit send, your vision drops in fidelity. We lose the signal in the noise. We lose the vision in the words. We think it's clear in our head, but it fractures when it's heard. So what if we change the language? What if we compress the mind? So nothing human gets lost, and nothing real gets left behind. What if you could encode thought, emotion, intent?
Thought I'd start us off with a little factory tour. And also I'm just refreshing myself on where I'm at in various places. A lot of unfinished projects around the place. As well as this whole factory needs finalizing because it's too big. I can't add anything more to it that's going to make the lag awful.
We lose the signal in the noise. We lose the vision in the words. We think it's clear in our head, but it fractures when it's heard.
It's such a beautiful game. I've had to turn the settings down just because of my tech for the time being. So this is like my factory of factories, as I Am Kibitz calls it. This is where I'm making all of my resources for my depots. So since the updates with these dimensional depots, I don't even think we need these anymore. You know, I built these out of habit from older versions of Satisfactory, and I've just got tons and tons and tons of resources. So I guess I'm going to have an easy job with the sync when I want to get the statues and things. But so that was the idea. So the factory of factories down here, this is where we make the more advanced stuff on this side of the factory. It is a huge mess. This is not this is not meant to be like a public ready. This is where people come to view your factory, you know. This is the behind the scenes messiness of how your inventory is stocked up. If I were to do this again, the main thing that I would do differently is not have these huge dimensional depots sitting on this much, like fused modular frames. I've got 4,800 of them. What am I going to do with all of them? So, there's another save that I've been playing, which I'll load up in another stream, or maybe later on in this stream. We'll see how it goes. I'm playing a new game as well as continuing with an existing build. And so what I'm doing in the new build is I'm not building these huge chests full of the stuff. Well, I am, but I'm not putting them all in the same location and to the same extent. Like, I don't need 2 huge chests worth of supercomputers, for example. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that till I got this far in the game. So, as this is the furthest that I've gotten in the game in this save, I do want to keep the progress, even if it's a bit messy and clunky. So, because all of this stuff is just for the inventory, it's not mission critical. I don't need to worry about it. But anything I can do to decorate it to make it look a bit nicer, I'm going to go ahead and do. Things like putting more beams in, neatening out edges. But anyway, so that's the more advanced inventory management part. Where's this go? Ah, this is unfinished. Okay, never mind. So down on this sort of basement floor, I'm not really sure what to do with this. I built it wide enough so that we could get a truck road down here, which I think is probably what I'm going to do. I'll have to move those conveyor belts up, but that's no biggie. And this is the other side of the depot factory. And I'm bringing in some plastic, some rubber, some quartz, some SAM by train, and it's just a simple one directional back and forth between the locations, and we've just got the plastic over there and the quartz over there. So I used to, in previous saves, I used to spend a lot of time building out the rail and truck infrastructure before I'd unlocked all of the space elevator until the last phase, you know, until I'd unlocked all the stuff that's in the hub. And so in this playthrough, what I wanted to do was get all the hub unlocked as quickly as possible. That was the goal. And I ended up building in a way that facilitated that goal. And ended up cutting some corners on previous builds. But now, as I'm going back, I'm thinking, do I want to keep it like this? Because over here, I'll show you later, we're building a new plastic and rubber factory. We're going to be producing, I think it's 2,400 plastic per minute. So it's a big factory, it's going to be quite substantial. And that's too many resources to be traveling down a single track rail. So you can just see in the distance where I'm building, actually I've brought it up here, here it is. Yeah, I'm building a 2-line train highway compared to a more local train line. So I like that I'm distinguishing between those two options now and only building the bigger ones for stuff that's going to be going long distance. So the reason I'm building it now is because that plastic is going to be going over to the nuclear power plant once I start that. But I'm in no rush to start that at the moment. I've got plenty of power for what I need. I'm not going to start building the space elevator parts until I've finished cleaning up and finishing off this factory area. So that means connecting it to this rail line and sending all of these extra resources, because I'm very inspired by I Am Kibitz. I went out and collected all the resources in this biome, or at least in this section of the biome, hooked them all up to a big conveyor bus and brought them into the factory. I actually have a starter factory that was over in the middle of the map, and then I moved out here once I reached a certain milestone. And yeah, I brought in all of the resources, and I had to use like 3 or 4 belts of the iron. And then as I've upgraded the belts and upgraded the miners, what I need for my factory of factories, my inventory management, what I need for that only requires like one belt, 1 or 2 belts. So I've got all this excess materials, so to save me having to mine it in the nuclear power plant, it means I can start the nuclear power plant already with copper, iron, and I think these are each 600, each of these belts. Oh, actually, there might be 1,200. I might have, oh no, yeah, sorry, there's 600 here, there's 1,200 here. So this is the idea of, part of the idea of what needs to happen next is I need to put a train station in this gap, and then have the main train line go around it and break off to come load up trains, and then send it off that way down through the valley. So that's the main thinking on that project. But as I say, that won't all begin until I've finished cleaning up, which I can do here actually. Let me just get rid of all of these. I do need the plastic. Alright, that's much neater. I had that bus coming all the way down because I thought I was going to need it in this factory, but the scale of the factory already, there's too much going on inside. Forgive that the outside looks a bit higgledy-piggledy and the detailing isn't quite done yet. You know, this is very much in progress, and I'm not much of a designer, but that's not going to stay like that, obviously. This is just a simple, let me show you what's in there. Your mother and I were together. I didn't always do this in my Satisfactory builds, so I really like that I do now. This is your automatic sorting for power slugs, leaves, wood, the stuff that you collect when you're out and about. What I generally do when I'm out collecting hard drives, assuming I've got the dimensional depot unlocked, is I'll drop power slugs and things that I pick up along the way straight into the depot. That keeps the inventory free, and then when I come here, I just drop them off. All slugs go in there. All I think it's all mobs. Alien remains. Yeah. So anyway, hope the music isn't too loud or anything. Right. So let's get to work. Let's show you some more of this factory actually. So we showed you the downstairs, the depot. That was that bottom layer with the sort of train, with the truck potential down the middle. So I think maybe we could do some cool stuff with the new fluid trucks that are going on. You'll see on the outside, this is my power infrastructure. I'm using different colored beams to help draw attention to what's what. Blue, I believe, is the electrics for the factory, while the red was for the lights. Big mess, lots of ideas scattered around the place, little reminders. Oh yeah, I need to make that beam that color all the way, you know. I leave clues for myself. This is another thing, I'm praising I Am Kibbutz a great deal here. But his whole concept of past Kibbs and future Kibbs. Yeah, the way that he does work for future Kibbs. And then he'll, because it is like a year later that he's looking at stuff that he did in his world, as I am here. He's like, what the hell was I planning in this part of my factory? So, yeah. Right, I like this room. Here we're making, I believe, Caterium ingots. And I believe explosive rebar is getting built there. And down here, the endgame stuff, or at least the inventory versions of the endgame stuff. So fixite trigons. We're also making singularity cells here. That's what the nuclear pasta here is for. It's a nice room. This is the one that I'm currently working on, or at least I haven't closed it off yet. Kind of working on all of them at the same time.
Not giving up on love, not pretending you know more than God, because God kept telling me over and over,
I believe this is where I got up to.
This woman is yours to care for. And I nearly ignored it so many times. There will be people in
I'm
your
hoping
life,
that this lag
friends,
isn't going to be too much of an issue.
Voices in your head saying just leave. And sometimes they'll be right. You should walk away if it's wrong. But don't you ever stand at an altar, make a promise, and then abandon it when it gets hard. That's not love. Just give it one more day, one more breath, one more stay. When everything is falling apart, don't leave the heart. Just give it one more chance when you're standing at the door in the dark. Because tomorrow might say what today couldn't say. We were broken, we were building, we were learning how to stay. And somehow you arrived. And that's all I really need to say, son, about what it's like
Damn elevators.
becoming a father.
I'll allow it. Yeah, a lot of the work today is going to be beams, putting in beams. Oh yeah.
Dust on my boots, salt on my hand. I rise with the sun, and I do what I can. Brick by brick, thread by thread, keep the small flame where the old words said. Easy now, easy breath. Hold the line, hold the this road, peace in my chest, good work done well, then I can rest. Peace on this road, patience my friend, duty is love, that does not bend. Mornings are long, but I know my place. Carry the load with a steady face. If the hour turns hard, I do not roam. I make my mark, I bring it home. Easy now, easy breath. Hold the line, hold the step. Peace on this road, peace in my chest. Good work done well, then I can rest. Peace on this road, patience my friend. Duty is love, that does not bend. Moya, moya, hands to the earth, eyes to the sky, supper in my lungs, I'm on in my blood. I walk with the wave, and I rise above. Peace on this road, peace in my chest, good work done well, then I can rest. Peace on this road, patience my friend, duty is love, that does not bend.
Oh, that's awful. No, we can't do that. Okay, so beam connector it is. Maybe another one there for good measure. Are they gonna clip?
Dust on my
Yes, that's gonna drive me nuts.
salt on my hands.
Let's
I
just
rise
do
with
that.
the sun, and I do what I can. Peace on this road, peace in my chest, good work done well.
Okay, I don't know. No one's ever gonna be up here, are they? They're not gonna be here in this factory. Okay.
I sent the closure emails on a Tuesday.
Be right back, one sec.
Expected side. What you created was very
Okay, we're
impressive.
back.
Then Gmail cut him short.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, we're back.
I keep a file called kindnesses. Real things real people have actually said. Evidence against the voice in my head that insists everyone hates me for failing. They don't. Plenty of them said thank you.
Not really sure what I'm doing with these
Some
beams,
of them
but
said more than that. Molly was owed 1,050 pounds. I sent it anyway, no pay today, here's why. She wrote back, I appreciate you being open about it. I understand the position you're in. I wrote in the margin, Grace, on a day that asked a lot of it. Alfie replied with sadness on the Thursday, and Friday morning unprompted. I have a friend who owns a
I feel like we
no-build
need something
company.
angled.
Shall I send his details to you? I keep a file called kindnesses. 4.9 stars across 29 reviews. 5 out of 5 across 65 on Bark. Not one angry or hateful message. Sadness, kindness, and thanks. That was the company. That was what you built. The voice says you failed. The file says, look again.
Yeah, this is another thing I'm doing in this build that I quite like, is just leaving this little gap at the top using these frame walls just to give me a bit of space to do power and light work with cables, but so high up that you just don't notice it, you don't see it. And that little gap between the ceiling and the wall isn't really important because these internal walls, they're not structural, so you don't need to think about them bearing weight. Anyway, we need some diagonal stuff going on, like I did in this other one.
I grew up where they know my face, know my worst days, know my mistakes. They love the story, not the work. They clap for pain and miss the worth. See me small, see me fall. Now they want the same old car, but I brought more than that front porch start, more than the version I got taught. 10 miles out, the air gets wide, new eyes, new room, new kind of pride. If they won't see it back at home, then I'll go where it can grow. Show on the road, show on the road. Show them the word, show them the goal. Find where he lands, find where he grows. Show on the road, show on the road. This ain't high school, this ain't the hall. You don't need their vote at all. You don't need love from the same old crowd. You need one room that cheers out loud. Maybe it's art, maybe it's bread, maybe it's services in your hands. Maybe it's poems, maybe it's plans, maybe it's all that you can stand. So take it out, take it wide, let the right ones decide. Not everybody gets the first front row, but somebody will, and you should know. 10 miles out, the world comes near. Strange faces leaning clear. If home got
Keep doing that. Keep overshooting these beams.
broken like that, stay. Show on the road, show on the road. Show them the word, show them the gold. Find where it lands, find where it grows. Show on the road, show on the road.
Oh yeah, stupid elevators. Alright, this is looking like it's coming together a bit. I think a beam across here is a good idea.
Needs more air, needs more eyes, needs less care. Stop waiting on the hometown knock.
And while I'm doing this, I'm building up ideas and thinking of what I might be able to blueprint, you know? I think this sort of panel, this whole panel is blueprintable. And I think I'm going to standardize this height for my factories because I really like this. It's big enough to fit your refineries. It's big enough to fit two heights of refineries, you know. Maybe not comfortably, but yeah, roughly speaking so. 2 rows of refineries, plenty of space. Yeah, I like it. So this height, and as I'm building this factory, is how I'm establishing my aesthetic for what we're going to build next in this world. I'm sure you play similar. I sometimes wonder if too many beam connectors is an issue, but I don't know. I think it's okay. Oh, that's not right. I think nudging is just one of the best things that they created in this game. The ability to nudge. Well, maybe we don't want angles now, I don't know. I'm liking the shape that it's taking. What happens if we do this? How's that look? Huh? Oh, I like that. Okay. Alright. Just a random, like, Birdman pattern. Okay. And then down here... I do think it looks a bit odd, having the big glass directly underneath the walkway. It's not gonna let me, is it? How weird. But it let me do it when it was that. It's a shame that I didn't line this up with that, but no matter. Screw it. Let's just do these 3. Can't see a bloody thing. Is it there? Oh, it's already there. These frame windows are impossible. Can't bloody see them. Oh my god, there is already a window there. Ha ha ha. Alright, well. Yeah, that'll do. Just one of them there. Just give it a bit more support. We've got support there, that's fine. I think we're almost ready to sign off on this room. I do like that. Maybe up the top we should have a steel wall. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because we've got the window on that line, so it's sort of reflecting the light of the outside. That's fine, I like that. Maybe we do the same here on these two rows. I don't think I like that. Yeah, why not? Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, I say we're almost ready to sign off on this room. I mean this part of that room. Got a long way to go. Dang it. Cool. Yeah, looks okay. Okay, I can live with that.
I woke up with the weight still folded in my chest, carrying the night like a stone under my breath. You don't have to be a fire all the time, even broken hands can learn to hold the line. Let it shake, let the hurt make room for grace. One more breath, one more try, you are still on the rise. Give what you can.
Oh, well, that's kind of nice. It feeds straight down into that. I wonder. Interesting. Okay, so probably another beam across there. I know I'm going crazy with the beams. Still a bit dark in that corner.
Then breathe and stay. The heart you have is enough today. Not every wound needs a perfect name. Some get strong by staying in the flame. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, give what you can.
Soft as rain,
Be who you are.
say it again.
Stretch out the pain.
Look away,
Stand tall again.
stand tall again.
Stand tall again. Stand tall again.
What you can, be who you are.
Be who you are.
Stretch out the pain, stand tall again. Give what you can,
Give what you can.
be who you are.
Be who you are.
Stretch out the pain, stand tall again. Stand tall again.
Give what you can.
Give what you can.
Be who you are.
Stretch out the pain.
Stand tall again.
Stand tall again. Boom, 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 boom.
Dear David,
Already had that one. How's that? Don't think that achieves anything. I'm just wondering what I can do to make these walls a bit more interesting. Maybe
Late night glow in a rented room. Whiskey breath in the growing doom. Scrolling through the edges of truth and fear, where everything distant feels weirdly near. Someone says they're not human at all. Shapeshift kings behind every wall. Reptile gods in a human skin, pulling the strings that we're living in. And he laughs because it has to be a joke. It has to be smoke. It has to be broken mind speaking in code. But something sticks in the back of the
Don't know
brain,
what I
a pattern
need.
that won't let itself stay unnamed.
something wrong with this whole bit.
Once you learn to look for control, you start to see it in every soul. And once you name the invisible war, you can't unsee it anymore. Welcome to the weird part of the world, where truth and fear start getting curled, where every face might not be what
So on
it
this
seems,
side-
and thinking too hard breaks your
Oh no,
dreams. Oh, you
I did use walls,
call it madness,
and then I
call
did
it
this
lies,
thing.
but something shifts behind your eyes, and suddenly nothing feels secure in the
Better
weird
check
part
on
of the world.
the stream. How are we doing? Looks like it's all going.
Weird part of the
Yeah.
world. Now every
Yeah.
story starts to split.
Sounds good to
into
me.
What was real? What you thought you knew?
Okay,
A friend
go back.
becomes a question mark. A shadow moving in the dark. You read about minds that don't feel pain, about power dressed up as a name, about systems bigger than what you see, about control and psychology. And it fits too well like a puzzle lock that opens fear but won't stop talking. Now it's not just out there news, it's closer than you ever choose. And every warning starts to feel
Don't
like
think that's the right place,
and every
but
silence feels like truth, and
I'll
trust
save it from
becomes a
going
fragile thing. You
on the
don't
outside of the
know
wall,
who
so it
is
won't be seen
pulling
from outside,
strings.
which is okay. That's good.
To the weird part of the
It's
world,
not quite lined up
where
with there, but
truth
that's
and
okay.
fear start
I can live with
getting
it.
curled, where every face might not be what it seems, and thinking too hard breaks your dreams. Oh, you can't call it madness, call it lies, but something shifts behind your eyes, and suddenly nothing feels secure in the weird part of the world. But maybe it's not monsters after all. Maybe it's fear that builds the wall. Maybe the mind, when it's under strain, starts writing stories to explain the pain. Reptiles, masks, conspiracies, patterns carved in anxieties. The human need to make it all align when chaos breaks the line. Chaos breaks the line. Welcome to the weird part of the world, where truth and fear start getting curled. But sometimes what you think is out there is just your mind laid bare. Oh, you can call it madness, call it lies, but healing starts when you realize not everything that feels so sure is the truth you were looking for. In the weird part of the world, in the weird part of the world, we learn what fear is for. Remember who you are. So I don't know about you, but I love the film The Lion King. And I wonder what character you feel you resonate with most. And I think a lot of people choose Simba or Nala because they're the main characters. But me, I resonate with Rafiki. I'm not the son of the king who is destined to inherit the kingdom. I am the crazy wizard-like dude who comes along and bashes Simba on the head and says, "Come on, remember who you are. It's time to become the king. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. You're not lost, you're just far from the truth that's in your heart. Hey, hey, hey. Remember who you are. Even when it falls apart, you were never just a scar. You were always who you are. Simba's father is murdered and Simba feels responsible. He blames himself as a child for what he could not control. So he runs off with a couple of hippies and becomes someone who lives for the moment, but doesn't take responsibility for his role in that moment. He just lays around and fills his belly, lives hedonistically. Then Nala shows up, trying to bring him home because home needs him, because she needs him. But he doesn't wanna go, he wants to stay living for the moment. Remember who you are. Remember who you are.
Just trying to think how to get this catwalk from here to down there, because I'm thinking of putting a door in here to get through to the part here, but maybe not. I don't know if I need it. These truck stations are not actually in use because I ended up just belting these two things in because they were being produced just below. How's that look there? That looks pretty nice.
Then Rafiki shows up, bashes him on the head, says follow me, and Simba
Okay,
follows
let's
him
just-
through the jungle, getting swatted by branches as he goes until they arrive at a lake. And Rafiki tells him to look at his own reflection, and as Simba studies, he sees the pain he's carrying, the shame he's been holding for something he never caused. And slowly his face shifts into his father's face, and he hears it
reminder. Because you are not responsible for the things you had no control over. You couldn't stop the fall, you couldn't hold it all when you were just a child in the story. But you are responsible for how you show up now, for the present moment, for the life you build from here. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. You're not lost, you're just far from the truth that's in your heart. Hey, hey, hey. Remember who you are. Even when it falls apart, you were never just a scar. You were always who you are.
There's a bench by the cedar tree, withered wood and a warped old seat, where I lay down all my heavy days, and you meet me in a simple way.
Okay.
It's got one crack on the left armrest, old rain marks that the sun's blessed. I bring my doubts, you bring your peace. On my favorite bench, you speak to me when my words run dry and my heart feels small. You still sit beside me, you hear it all. My favorite bench, my holy place. You find me there.
Alright, let's pause and take a little breather. This has been fun. I know I haven't spoken much. I'm new to streaming. I hopefully will start talking when I come back from this break, but okay, taking a break. Enjoy the music.
love moments like this.
When no one is watching.
No stage, no audience, no structure. Just me in an office at 2 p.m. on a Sunday. No one is around, and I'm here singing praise for our Creator. And I'm almost begging myself to sing it louder, with all of my mind, body, heart, and soul. What a story to tell.
Hallelujah.
the years passed, they lost their feet, lost their smart shoes and tired trainers, long commutes and timely trips to the grocery store and other such shit. Patiently they stood in waiting, giving glimpses of what once took place. Watch it take place, reminding me how I used to walk.
These boots, my boots.
These boots, my boots. Remember who you are.
These boots, my boots.
I used to walk so far.
These boots, my boots.
These boots, my boots. New dirt now splashes on a selection of cold Cumbrian crumbs, laying out their bait. They offer me a greater gate. Remember who you are, they cry. I did not think I'd have to try.
These boots, my boots.
Remember who you are.
These boots, my boots.
I used to walk so far.
These boots, my boots.
These boots, my boots.
I've been thinking about masks, not the kind you can hold, the kind you wear so the room stays warm, so nobody calls you cold. You wear it to be accepted, you wear it so you won't be judged, and you tell yourself it's nothing, but it's the heaviest thing you've lugged. Then one day your hands get tired, and you let it fall. And all the relief, like setting down a stone. I wasn't someone different, I was finally my own. Not a new me in the mirror, not a stranger, not a scar. Just more of who I always was, just more of who you are. That's the journey, if you want it. Not a rebuild, not a war. You don't climb to reach some other self. You stop pretending you're not yours. And all the relief, like setting down a stone. I wasn't someone different, I was finally my own. More of who you already are. More of who you already are. Closer to the stars. Set it down. Set it down. You're already there. You're already there.
They talk about the multiverse like it's somewhere out in space. A billion different versions of a cold and empty place. But what if every one of us is living in our own? A universe we carry every place we've ever gone. The same gravity holds us, the same clock on the wall. We are not in my universe, not quite, not at all. We're all in different worlds, overlapping, intertwined, sharing facts and sharing skies, but not the same inside. And the distance between us isn't miles, isn't time. It's the universe you're tuned to and the frequency of mine. They say you can't change reality, and maybe that is true. But you don't have to change the world, just change the one you move into. There's a version where it's different, where yesterday's not there, but you can't get there on your own. You need love to take you there. The same gravity holds us, the same year on the page, but I stepped into a different one and left the other age. We're all in different worlds, overlapping, intertwined, sharing facts and sharing skies, but not the same inside. And the distance between us isn't miles, isn't time. It's the universe you're tuned to and the frequency of mine. This isn't magic. This isn't will or thin air. It's opening your hands to God and trusting He'll meet you there. Not forcing, not controlling, just letting love decide which version of tomorrow you're going to step inside. We're not lost, we're just tuned wrong. We're not stuck, we're just in the wrong song. Shift the signal, shift the station. Step into your own creation. They talk about the they talk about.
Most mornings start the same. I wake up and the day's already on my chest. The list, the lack, the what if, and the how. And before my feet even hit the floor, I'm already trying to carry it. Already trying to be the one who provides, the one who's got it handled, the one who holds it all together. And God, I'm so tired of holding it all together. Open hands, that's the only way you feel them. I let it go, and I find that I am here. Open hands, I can't receive it with a fist, so I give you back the morning, and I trust you with the rest. You said, look at the birds, they don't store up, they don't strive, and not one of them goes hungry, not one of them falls without you there. So why do I keep acting like I'm the exception? Like the weight of it all is on me. You give us this day our daily bread, not the week, not the year, just the day. The day is enough, because you are in it. Open hands, that's the only way you feel them. I let it go, and I find that I am here. Open hands, I can't receive it with a fist, so I give you back the morning, and I trust you with the rest. I try to carry it all myself, the provision, the plan, the pressure, white knuckled holding on so tight. I couldn't feel your hand underneath me the whole time, but a closed fist can't be filled, and a clenched heart can't be led. So I'm done pretending I'm the source, you're the source, you always were. Open hands, just open it, nothing to prove, nothing to defend. Take the money, God take the way. I'm not letting go to fall, I'm letting go to be held. Open hands, that's the only way you feel. grip me. Give it back to the one who never lost his grip on you. You're not letting go to fall. You're letting go to be held. I've been thinking about masks, not the kind you can hold, the kind you wear so the room stays warm, so nobody calls you cold. You wear it to be accepted, you wear it so you won't be judged, and you tell yourself it's nothing, but it's the heaviest thing you've lugged. Then one day your hands get tired and you let it fall. And oh, the relief, like setting down a stone. I wasn't someone different, I was finally my own. Not a new me in the mirror, not a stranger, not a scar. Just more of who I always was, just more of who you are. That's the journey, if you want it. Not a rebuild, not a war. You don't climb to reach some other self. You stop pretending you're not yours. And all the relief, like setting down a stone. I wasn't someone different, I was finally my own. More of who you already are. More of who you already are. Closer to the start. Set it down. Set it down. You're already there. You're already there.
Dust on my boots, salt on my hands. I rise with the sun, and I do what I can. Brick by brick, thread by thread, keep the small flame where the old words said. Easy now, easy breath. Hold the line, hold the step. Peace on this road, peace in my chest. Good work done well, then I can rest. Peace on this road, patience my friend. Duty is love, that does not bend. a steady face. If the hour turns hard, I do not roam. I make my mark, I bring it home. Easy now, easy breath. Hold the line, hold the step. Peace on this road, peace in my chest. Good work done well, then I can rest. Peace on this road, patience my friend. Duty is love that does not bend. Moya, moya, moya. Hands to the earth, eyes to the sky. Supper in my lungs, I'm on in my blood. I walk with the wave and I rise above. Peace on this road, peace in my chest. Good work done well, then I can rest. Peace on this road, patience my friend. Duty is love that does not bend. Dust on my boots, salt on my hands. I rise with the sun, and I do what I can. Peace on this road, peace in my chest. Good work done well, good work done well.
I sent the closure emails on a Tuesday. Expected silence, maybe anger, maybe worse. 11 people wrote back in the first day. 0 of them came with what I'd rehearsed. Kirshen said your honesty and integrity has meant a lot to us. To say nothing of the service, Jonathan said, what you created was very impressive. Then Gmail cut him short. I keep a file called kindnesses. Real things real people have actually said. Evidence against the voice in my head that insists everyone hates me for failing. They don't. Plenty of them said thank you. Some of them said more than that. Molly was owed 1,050 pounds. I sent it anyway. No pay today, here's why. She wrote back, I appreciate you being open about it. I understand the position you're in. I wrote in the margin, Grace, on a day that asked a lot of it. Alfie replied with sadness on the Thursday, and Friday morning unprompted. I have a friend who owns a new build company. Shall I send his details to you? I keep a file called kindnesses. 9 stars across 29 reviews. 5 out of 5 across 65 on Bark. Not one angry or hateful message. Sadness, kindness, and thanks. That was the company. That was what you built. The voice says you failed. The file says, look again. just me and I. No more tears, no net to buy. Live dust for billows in the sky. Write the right story, the tide and praise. I did burn the gods, I over the seas. We've turned the tide of born to fight, like powerless roar, like night did slide. Long deep as the devils that won't repent. No road and nothing but patient hand. No crawling hands can rise for pride. The father of the stars moved inside. I walked the world with great soft light. A sun that fidgets of bright of night. But keep it near with open mind to feel your spirit and choice and pine. No sandstone broken, no tomb to fear, but non-labels that belong more keys. The satellite waves and mountains gray that loops the guard against the blade. Lay me with courage, no regrets thought. Just a double, don't stop. We move with nothing, consult. Then beat and burn, don't coast and something. The stones remain. The fortress, the direction came. No books tested, no sure, no path. The silent ocean is open path. Across the buildings, walk neat and pain. No shifting borders, no reclaim. The man put its to play on your rain. Double-minded, chanting through the white night. Things know and carries the deeper stone. They know and walk with the locked on. Don't hear nothing but waited lights. Their songs that don't hold the peace lights. No captains. I swore I'd never drive this road again, but here I am, working on my life at 60 miles an hour. She said yes in 11 minutes, and I was looking for a reason it wouldn't count. I
I've been posting to the silence, waiting for England to say my name. I just feel completely not understood. I need you to help me feel less alone, like I'm the only one who believes in me. I know that what I have is valuable. I believe it to the core. I know what I have is valuable, valuable. I know what I have is valuable. So tell me once more if I'm enough. I'm not raw, I'm not raw. I did it again anyway. The letter says I owe 900 pounds by 9 in the morning. I can't face calling them. One person in the park reached out a hand. I counted all the ones that didn't. Being yourself for making money never felt like the same thing. Every client proved me wrong. I did it again anyway. I've always felt like an alien, even coming home. David, you're just too afraid to be seen, so you're avoiding taking the actions that you need to take to move forward, so that you can continue to hide. David's clients pay because of his authenticity, not despite it. I know what I have is valuable, valuable. I know what I have is valuable. So tell me once more if I'm enough. I'm not raw, I'm not raw. I did it again anyway. The question about money was a way of contextualizing his life choices, a search for validation that the path he's been on since 2008 was not foolish. The system I built still works, there's just nobody to clean for. He didn't show the business closed, I walked away to avoid the war. Called it strategy. It's Tuesday, not Monday, as I had to go in the lorry yesterday. I know what I have is valuable, valuable. I know what I have is valuable. So tell me once more if I'm enough. I'm not raw, lest you become some guru. I'm not raw, I did it again anyway.
Bow the piece you know. I can't pretend it. I hear and know this, but we are faced in on my own. Your atom sorrows, and that won't bend. You just believe them, just a man. Dreams in long and gold. Some things will never be untold. You speak in silence, you break and fall. Another fit when I was gone. I can't pretend it. I only see the pain that burns to every day. You're out of souls, and that won't bend. You've just believed them, just a man. Sometimes you wonder what you've done. I can't break you what you've done. just a mess. Sometimes you answer, still remain. Sometimes you break me, not the same. I see the difference, different boy. But you're for one I used to know. You're out of sorts, and I won't bend. You've just believed them, just a mess. I see the broken, I feel the curse. And the breaker just still hurts. Sometimes you answer, another end. I feel the truth inside your phone. Sometimes you answer, another end. I feel the truth inside your phone. I kept pretending.
There's a bench by the cedar tree, withered wood and a warped oak seat, where I lay down all my heavy days, and you meet me in a simple way. It's got one crack on the left armrest, old rain marks that the sun's blessed. I bring my doubts, you bring your peace. On my favorite bench you speak to me. When my words run dry and my heart feels small, you still sit beside me. You hear it all. My favorite bench, my holy place. You find me there in your grace. My favorite bench. You make me whole. Right there, right there. You hold my soul. Kids carve names into the backrest. Time was soft on the faded crest. Morning birds sing through the leaves, and I breathe slow. I believe some days I come with tears in my eyes. Some days I come just to thank you, Christ. You turn my scar into a prayer and leave your mercy everywhere. When my words run dry and my heart feels small, you still sit beside me. You hear it all. My favorite bench, my holy place. You find me there in your grace. My favorite bench. You make me whole. Right there, right there. You hold my soul. I don't need a stage, I don't need a crowd. Just a quiet place where your love is loud. Cedar shade and weathered grain. You calm my storm, you ease my pain. On that old wood I know it's true. I am safe with you. My favorite
You find me there in your grace, my favorite bench. You make me whole, right there, you hold my soul. My favorite bench, I'm not alone. You hear my heart and call me home.
Dear David, I'm writing to you from 1 year in the future. You did it. I know that probably sounds impossible from where you're sitting right now. I remember the pressure, the fear.
I come through quiet still, hoodie up, hands full. Bus stop, wet floor, same face, same bill. Corner shop light buzz, card tap, one more. They talk big, I don't, I just do them bored. Phone in my palm, low back, 3 missed calls, no stress. Mom says you eat yet? I say soon, I guess. Rain on the window, grey sky, same road. Everyone wants fast cash, I want my mind slow. Keep it calm, keep it moving. 1 foot in, no overdoing. Same old, new day. I don't shout,
Have you ever felt that frustration trying to explain something to an AI and losing the nuance of your own mind? Yeah, you know exactly what you mean. But the translation just breaks. Yeah. You got this complex vision, messy, brilliant, personal. So you type it out in paragraphs. You pour your soul into the prompt box, and the AI replies with a generic bulleted list. Exactly. Like you gave it a rich novel and got back a corporate pamphlet. This is the bottleneck of our time, powerful intelligence, limited by how we speak to it. Human language is lossy, full of filler, assumptions, noise. So the moment you hit send, your vision drops in fidelity. We lose the signal in the noise. We lose the vision in the words. We think it's clear in our head, but it fractures when it's heard. So what if we change the language? What if we compress the mind? So nothing human gets lost and nothing real gets left behind. What if you could encode thought, emotion, intent, structure into something an AI could actually pass without losing meaning? Exactly, without losing meaning. A system called human code, a hybrid, part syntax, part strategy, part emotional architecture. Not quite programming, not quite writing, an anti-language, a way of stripping away noise and exposing pure intent. We lose the signal in the noise. We lose the vision in the words. We think it's clear in our head, but it fractures when it's heard. So what if we change the language? What if we compress the mind? So nothing human gets lost and nothing real gets left behind. The rules are strict, no flowing paragraphs, no grammatical padding, one idea per line. Shatter sentences, isolate meaning, and suddenly clarity appears because you're forced to actually know what you mean. And complex ideas become variables, clean, bound, defined. We lose the signal in the noise. We lose the vision in the words. We think it's clear in our head, but it fractures when it's heard. So what if we change the language? What if we compress the mind? So nothing human gets lost and nothing real gets left behind. And then something unexpected happens. You don't just change how you write, you change how you think. Because you can't hide behind language anymore. No vague ideas, no fuzzy thinking, no emotional clutter disguised as explanation. Just intent, just structure, just signal. But here's the tension. If you keep stripping away noise, what happens to the human part? The emotion doesn't disappear. It gets encoded, compressed, but still present. A dream becomes a variable. An intention becomes a signal. A feeling becomes structure. We lose the signal in the noise. We lose the vision in the words. But if we sharpen what we mean, the message still gets heard. So maybe we don't lose meaning. Maybe we refine the mind. So nothing human gets lost, just finally made a line. The real problem was never the AI. It was the translation, the gap between thought and expression. So the question becomes, if you had to compress your mind, could you finally understand it yourself? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They talk about the multiverse like it's somewhere out in space. A billion different versions of a cold and empty place. But what if every one of us is living in our own a universe we carry every place we've ever gone? The same gravity holds us, the same clock on the wall. But you're not in my universe, not quite, not at all. They say you can't change reality, and maybe that is true. But you don't have to change the world, just change the one you move into. There's a version where it's different, where yesterday's not there, but you can't get there on your own. You need love to take you there. The same gravity holds us, the same year on the page, but I stepped into a different one and left the other age. We're all in different worlds, overlapping, intertwined, sharing facts and sharing skies, but not the same inside. And the distance between us isn't miles, isn't time. It's the universe you're tuned to, and the frequency of mine. This isn't magic, this isn't will or thin air. It's opening your hands to God and trusting He'll meet you there. Not forcing, not controlling, just letting love decide which version of tomorrow you're going to step inside. We're not lost, we're just tuned wrong. We're not stuck, we're just in the wrong song. Shift the signal, shift the station. Step into your own creation.
On Tuesday, my amazing, spectacular wife delivered our first child into the world. We've got our hands full, but right now I just need to say, you really should hang out more with my wife, because she's awesome. She literally figured out how to love a dummy like me, enough to produce this unbelievably magical creature together, without giving up on each other, without shying away from the really hard talks late at night, when we wish we could be at peace, but just can't find it. I don't know how she did it. Out of all the great men of the world, I'm the dope she got instead. And still she looked at me and said, this guy is going somewhere. And even better, she kept reminding me how much she loves me. So I chill the heck out and carry on building the darn thing. Ha, ha, ha. She holds the line when I fall apart. She sees the man inside my heart. Not for my sake, not for her name, but for love. She stays the same. She cuts through all my noise and fear, says you're still here, I'm still here, and somehow makes me better too. That's what her love can do. She painted a stunning landscape first try, cabin, smoke from the chimney like it was nothing. I don't know if you've ever had a deep talk with her, but she's got this quiet wisdom, this way of caring more about your next big move than glorifying her own. She gets scared too, she thinks sometimes it's all gonna fall apart.